been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Set to return it, here's Moore. And nowhere to go, he only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This defense for the Browns, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving them 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Leon, to kick it away. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He's going to field this at the 4. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Mayfield off the play fake. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And in his second year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year. Expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, It always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And finding the tight end Hooper. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 16. Mayfield. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They go play action. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So a first catch for him in the ball game. And you know the scuttlebutt has been he's not getting enough touches, enough catches, not feeling involved enough in the offense. So maybe that can get him going.
You and I both know that there's not a wide receiver alive that ever feels like in any game he got enough touches, even if he got 15, right? We all know.
Touchdown, Browns! Anthony Schwartz, his 11th touchdown on the year. ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Daniels on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 31, Murray. And his throw here's incomplete. Adrian Peterson was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, this win is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schwartz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows, get the ball to him right away.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Daniels on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray, this ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Throwing again, Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They give it to Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Peterson, and he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, Peterson, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
The score, Browns 14, Cardinals 7.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he goes out right around the 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A give. This is Chubb. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Doug Costin. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he's got some space here. The 20. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 7-yard line.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So a big run for AP, and when you look at the total package, everyone knows the level of player he's been in this league, but what really impresses you about Adrian Peterson?
I have to go back to the nickname his father gave him, which is AD, which stands for all day, because he never stopped. Morning, noon, night, and that's how he plays the game. No plays over. He always tries to finish things, and he thinks that each and every run he makes is going to take him all the way to the end zone.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mayfield on play action. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. There he goes inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. He'll find Schwartz, complete right side. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. Chubb. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you. That's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 84 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. Now it's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now the Cardinals are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. From the gun, Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's more on the return. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Handoff comes to Chubb. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half-second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now a give to Edmonds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Murray now to throw.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Mayfield off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Zaven Collins
in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage. But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
Touchdown!
Anthony Schwartz.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Daniels on the return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Chubb running right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Devon Kennard in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, here's Edmonds. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final readout, by the way, on the next-gen stats, I mean, goodness, he hit a top speed of 22.2 miles per hour.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's it, baby. Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A give running right is Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Browns on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield now. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Cardinals' 22-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Browns on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Parkey is good, and that will get the lead up to 14.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Flush to his right. Murray has the first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here's Murray from midfield. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cards have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. From the 10. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
A pass there over the middle to start things out.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Murray now on first down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And again, it's Chubb. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? Those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Cleveland, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.